Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with DR Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. So I have this quick prophetic message that I want to get to you guys. Anyway, so I'm gonna get straight into the message. The message that I saw was, it was as if myself and my kids were on this airplane, right? But there were no airplane seats like you normally would see on an airplane, whether it be a regular airplane or whether it be an international airplane. Okay, it was none of those type of seats. This was more of a, oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. Just gave me revelation. This was more like a plane, let's say maybe more like a private plane, because there weren't a whole bunch of people on there. It was just like my kids and I was in one little section, and there was like someone else who was over in another part of the plane, but I could see them from where I was sitting at. But the only thing that was kind of protecting us was just like this little small barrier, you know? And it kind of looked almost like the little, I don't know if you call them the pods, that they used to have like in first class. They change it up so much now, but it kind of looked like the little siding of the little pod that they have. That was it, because you could see from like here on up, but you couldn't necessarily see from the legs on down, or should I say the stomach on down. But that's just how small the barrier was. So anyway, this person had gotten up, and just as they had gotten up, right, so we was on like the landing platform, and I guess we was just waiting to take off, right? So we was, oh, but the funny thing about it was there was a couch in there in this plane, so it was just kind of letting me know like it's like a private, some sort of private type plane, because again, it didn't have airline seats in it like, you know, international flights or regular flights have or whatever, but it was like a couch in there. So me and my kids were sitting again in one section, the other person was sitting over on the other side of it. And it came in a form as if it was like a family member or whatever. So anyway, with that being said, the family member had gotten up from where they was sitting at, and they had tried to come over there to where me and my kids were sitting at, right? So what had happened was, as they had gotten up, the plane literally went like this. It was like at an angle. So in other words, it's like this family member had fell really hard to the back of the plane. And when I say to the back of the plane, it was like there was a window, as if it was at the very butt part of the plane. You know, the part that sticks out like this, and it has the thing, the little wings back there, that part of the plane, even though, you know, there's nothing usually back there, I guess, but the food and all that other stuff. So anyway, but there was a window there, and the window was a glass window. And what happened was, once the plane had started going like this, it's like that family member had fell very hard to the back of the plane, and they fell on that glass, and the glass cracked. So it cracked in all these different spots, right? But it didn't completely shatter, but it cracked. So that was just letting me know that it's almost like the universe is trying to say, okay, I'm gonna give you this little warning right now, because if you keep pushing the envelope, it's almost like you're going to shatter that whole glass, in other words, but you're going to cause it on yourself. It's not going to be something that somebody else is doing. It's going to be something that that particular person could be possibly doing. And this could come in a form of whether it's a family member. It could be coming in a form of, you know, whether it's somebody that's just close to you, that you consider them like being a family member. It could be, and I'm hearing spirit say, it could be even like a situation of an in-law, or it could be a situation of just a family friend, or somebody who's just been really close to you in a sense. And it's almost like, for whatever particular reason, that this person is trying to either get close to you, or either thank you, Spirit. But either that person is trying to get close to you in a sense, or it's almost like this person is either they're trying to get close to you, or it's a matter. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing that they're trying to get close to you, but they're not right, in other words. So in other words, if you haven't fixed your flaws, you can't expect to fix a relationship with somebody else, in a sense. So in other words, it's almost like you can't have one person fixing, as an example, you can't have one person fixing a situation, and then let's just say if like God have had you guys separate, or if you haven't really been speaking, but you know you want to kind of come together in a sense. But which is funny, because you see my hand, I got a glove on, a glove off. It's like yin and yang, which is so funny. Thank you, Spirit. It's like yin and yang. It's like, even though yin and yang are balanced, but this is coming in a form like the two of you aren't on the same page. In other words, you have one person who may have their heart is sincere, and the other person, not saying that their heart isn't sincere, but they come more so from a low vibrational energy because of their surroundings. Their environment is what I'm hearing spirit say, because of their surroundings, their environment, and other things and other people, and I'm hearing status and all that other stuff. So all that could play a contributing factor to maybe this person operating how they do, in a sense. So again, it's not for us to pass judgment on why God is allowing this to happen. It's just that everything happens for a reason. We have to remember that. But that's why when God asks us to go into prayer and say a prayer for someone, that we should be we should honor that, because again, it's almost like you allow yourself you allow yourself to come from a place of being empathetic towards other people, meaning, like, let's just say you remember what it looked like, or you remember what it felt like when you fell, or whether it be feel like you went to hell, whether it feel like you fell from grace, whatever it may be, because I know everybody's situation is different. I can definitely tell you I feel like I went to hell and back. But anyway, but in order to go up, you have to go down first. So that's what I'm hearing spirit say. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Anyway, so with that being said, that was the message that I have. But I do want to say this too, but it was also there was a word coming up of like denial. For whatever reasons, somebody is in denial about something. So maybe that's part of the reason why they had to have this fall, in order to see that, oh well, that's not true. I can go over here and I can do this and I can do that. In denial of whether God is leading and guiding something is what I'm hearing. So as I told you guys yesterday in that other video, you can't judge an outward appearance by its cover, because remember, God searches the heart. So it doesn't matter what a person look like, dress like, it does not matter. As long as that person is faithful to God, that's considered God chosen one. And that's what we have to understand, and that's what we have to realize, that those are the days and the times that we are in, and not so much what the world tries to tell us. Oh, if you wearing labels, oh, if you wearing that I say what's her name, oh my God, I'm gonna say it to be funny, Carly Gucci Prada. I'm sorry, y'all. Back in the day when I used to watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta or whatever, the spirit got a sense of humor. It's just bringing something to my attention. But anyway, just wearing, just name brands does not get you into heaven. Let me just say that. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Name brand does not get you into heaven. Getting you into heaven is having a relationship with God. Being right with God, not trying to be right with the status quo of, what you wearing or what kind of shoes you got on. And I'm not saying you should be walking around here looking a certain type of way or whatever the case may be, because, we're gonna, a person's confidence can come on the inside. I know I remember telling somebody one time before, I said, you know what? I can walk in a grocery store with a towel on my head if I'm washing my hair, right? And I said, and I can walk in there with confidence. So in other words, your confidence come within. So it's not like the added brands. Those are contributing factors to it, but they do not make you who you are. The confidence have to come from within, okay? So I say all that to say, somebody could be walking around with some busted hole in their shoes, but they may be confident as hell, and that's all that matters. So again, we can't be judging people for their outward appearance or whatever, because sometimes a person could look confident as hell and then they lack all the confidence, even if they're throwing money around. Like I said the other day in that other video, when the pastor was putting $150 in a collection plate and the person was kind of clowning him in a sense. And because he felt like he was being clowned, he felt like he wanted to clown me. So it wasn't until I had to tell him about himself that, I guess he thought because I rode solo, and I'm talking about this is spiritually, y'all, because that's what showed up in the dream. Because he thought that I was rolling solo, he thought he was gonna pick with me, and he didn't realize that I was a force to reckon with. So anyway, with all that being said, y'all, just keep in mind of those who may have wronged you in any sort of way, just ask for forgiveness, and I know immediately when I had this prayer, I had to wake up and I had to start saying a prayer, and I asked God to just show these people's grace, whoever they may be. It could be, like I said, it could be a situation of a co-worker, a former friend, however it may be. It doesn't matter. Just say a prayer, and just know that God's hears you, because remember, he's always searching our hearts. So even if we underline sitting there saying, you know what, oh, I hope they get what they want, just remember that the shoe could always go on the other foot, and that's what we always have to remember more than anything when we start projecting. So I wish you all much love, much light, and I say peace and blessings, and you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.